Hey everybody. Yes, I'm going to address this before I talk, because if I don't address it, everybody's just going to stare at it without knowing. Yes, I do need a haircut. It's been 1 or 2 months since I've had one, and yeah, I'll get this mop head taken care of eventually. Time and money tend to conflict. When I have the money to get a haircut, I don't have time, or when I have time to get a haircut, I don't have, it's the usual conflict. So you all can stare at that, but now you know why my hair is like that. It's not laziness, okay, it's probably a bit of laziness, but it's more time management and money management issues. I'm trying to get that taken care of. Moving on. What I wanted to talk to you all about is the acts of evil that have been striking us. The Las Vegas shooting happened where some barbarian decided to prey on hundreds of innocent people and murder hundreds of people needlessly. And just Sunday, I'm trying to say nice things, use Christian words. Some arrogant, evil barbarian decided to murder people in a church in Texas, and that's just wrong. Hearing all that this barbarian did. This animal decided to especially target the children that cried in fear, to shut them up. This filth decided to murder a pregnant woman along with her 2 born children, and naturally her unborn child died with her. We can't let these acts of evil go on any longer. But will that be solved through legislation? No. Will that be done through any socio-economic reform? No. The problem is not with the objects or with the money or with whatever. The problem is with the person. We know evil exists, and evil exists because of, Satan, the forerunner of evil, but also evil exists because we exist. Men are naturally evil and inherently prone to do evil things unless we hold ourselves to a higher moral standard, such as the Bible. The Bible is the best example and has been proven to be the best example of a moral standard that history's never recorded a better moral standard than the Bible. Unless we hold ourselves to the moral code of the Bible, then acts of evil like this will be commonplace. So that's how we solve gun crime, is teaching people the moral code of the Bible and reaching them with the gospel and helping them come to a saving knowledge so that they have the desire to follow the moral law. That is why Christians are still here, and that's why God doesn't rapture us up to heaven as soon as we get saved, is to reach more people with the gospel so they can learn about the moral code, and they have a desire to follow the moral code that Jesus gave us. That is how we solve gun crime and gun violence. I hate that, because we don't hear about vehicle violence, we don't hear about knife violence, we don't hear about baseball bat violence, we don't even hear about alcohol violence. We only hear about gun violence because gun violence is obviously the only evil act that guns are the only evil objects that can manipulate themselves to kill people. Anyways. But that sort of awkwardly segues me into the other topic I wanted to talk to you all about. Christian men need to arm yourselves in church. We can't keep being these hippie pansies that to go, oh well, God will protect us. We don't need to protect ourselves, and God is a God of peace and love. We can't be these wimp cakes anymore. Look, I know the thought of killing somebody is horrible, but think of watching your wife die. Think of watching your daughters die. Think of watching your pastor's wife who's pregnant die. be murdered in front of you because you didn't do anything about it. Now, yes, could you throw a chair at somebody? Could you do some other altercation? Yes, but as the hero in Texas showed us, the best way to deal with an evil guy that has a firearm is with a good guy using a firearm against that evil guy. It's just common sense. You meet force with either equal or greater force in order to put that initial force down. So we have to arm ourselves. Yes, I know it is financially difficult. Yes, I know it can be legally strenuous understanding what to do and what not to do, but men, it's worth it. Go through it. Part of your duty as a man is to protect. It's your natural born duty, and we need to do so by arming ourselves. Now, is this some magic talisman that'll automatically keep us all safe because it's here? No. Just like having a cat doesn't mean you won't have any mice problems, because they can still be fat and lazy and let all the mice eat up your house. No, you have to train with this. You have to understand how to use this. You have to practice with it. Learn how to use it, and awkwardly feed a magazine into it like I just did. You have to practice with it and know how to use it in order to protect those you care about. Protect your immediate family, protect your church family. We cannot be pacifist hippies anymore. Jesus himself told his disciples, if you don't have a sword, go sell your clothes and get one. If Jesus said that, why can't a preacher on YouTube say it? Men, arm yourselves. Learn how to use it. Learn how to safely use firearms so that if some barbarian decides to murder people in your church, you can have a say in the matter. And don't just follow this myth of one person carrying a firearm. No, even in a church of 20, one person can't be in the entire building all the time. It's impossible. One man cannot keep everybody safe. There's a possibility he can, but come on, people. Use your brain. 5 people in a church of 20 could keep it a lot safer than one person in a church of 20. 20 people in a church of 200 is a lot better than one person in a church of 200. Men, take personal responsibility. Talk to your pastor about it. Talk to your local firearm instructor, police force, whoever. Arm yourselves. Have a say in the matter of how many people in your church are murdered. Have a say in how many people evil will take down around you. We cannot let this happen anymore. Yes, the only peacetime on earth that will happen is during the millennial reign of Jesus, but until then, we can have a say in the matter. We don't have to be pacifists. We don't have to let those we care about be murdered and die, and we don't have to die watching those we care about die. We can have a say in that matter. So I want to encourage you and challenge you men of the church. Arm yourselves. Train with your arms. And do your best to keep those you care about safe. We cannot let those that we care about be murdered in front of our eyes anymore. We cannot let this happen. So pastors, please talk to the men of your church. Please talk to your police force or retired military personnel about this. That could be in your church. Talk about having safety measures in your church, armed safety measures in your church, and even unarmed. There's nothing wrong with unarmed measures, but just talk about it. Think about this. We cannot let this evil happen anymore. And I'll remind you all to walk a Christian walk and carry a loaded Glock, even in church.